Hey guys, this is Anastasia out on fire. I want to get a video up of my personal connection to the animal of the butterfly as a spirit animal. Um, in that video, I'm going to be going through some traditional correspondences as well, but I really wanted to delve into my personal connection, especially the bridge that I feel that animal creates between my matron goddess Helen and myself. Um, but I realized before doing that, I should probably speak a little bit to my personal definition of spirit animals, totem animals, and power animals, because those are all terms that I'm going to be using in that video, and they are also terms that different people might see differently. As always, I'm not trying to sway anyone's thoughts. I'm not trying to say my definition is right, your definition is wrong, because that's bogus. It's more, if I'm going to be speaking about X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z might have different definitions for different people, let me tell you where I'm coming from, so that if you see this video, you know exactly what my intent is and what I'm trying to say. I just think it's easier when there's multiple definitions that things could go by if we all start on the same page. And if that page doesn't resonate with you, rip it out or flip to something else and we'll be good. So yes, just my usual disclaimer, all I can do is talk about my own personal thoughts, experiences, all that jazz. I don't mean to say one way is right, one way is wrong. All paths are valid. As for my personal thoughts on animals and using them as guides, and kind of connectors, I think working with animal energies and symbols is a very powerful thing. I think it can lead us to great insights and great connections. I think that we can gain wisdom and strength through that, through working with those energies and through working with those signs that we wouldn't otherwise connect to. And animal energies can give us strength and wisdom. That it can help heal us. It can help us achieve things that we wouldn't normally achieve. It can help guide us down paths we wouldn't normally go down. So I have found them very useful in my path, and I'm sure many others have as well. If it is something you've never looked into, I strongly suggest it, just because if it doesn't resonate, okay, fine, it doesn't resonate. But if it does and you're missing out on that connection, no one should miss out on something. For me, working with animal energies, or animal spirits or spirit animals or what have you, I think it connects me to a very primitive space within. It helps connect me to ideas and concepts and even qualities within myself that I wouldn't normally connect to in my mundane life. And so yeah, through that I gain enlightenment and I gain that connection. And I think that's why we do connect with animals, even in our physical realm, in our mundane life, the way we do. There's, a reason why people love animals so much, and animals can be so loyal to people. And I think it is because of some unspoken, unseen tether that we have to one another. So, now that I've yammered on about that, how do I see spirit animals? Spirit animals for me are guides that kind of come in and out of your life. They're not there permanently. They will kind of pop in give you a message, maybe hang out to make sure you get said message, like actually get it, not just, oh, I should probably focus more on meditation and connecting to my more intuitive self. Message heard, and then they go away without you doing anything. I have had it both ways, where it's like, boom, I'm in your life, get this message, you got the message, okay, I'm out. And I've also had it, boom, I'm in your life, get this message, you got this message, okay, I'm gonna sit here and wait till I see that you have this message. Okay, good, you learned. Moving on. And by no means, if you get a certain spirit animal to guide you through something, and then you're through it and it's done and it's over, that does not mean that spirit animal won't come back into your life. I think it takes us much longer than one occurrence or one night to really learn something. So the idea of a spirit animal coming into our lives multiple times to teach us the same thing over and over and over, I think is very probable. How do they come into your life? There are multiple ways, and I've heard of it happening multiple ways. For me, it is something where it is both physical and kind of symbolic. What I mean by that is I will be driving to drop my daughter off at the sitters, and all of a sudden, because they're kind of out in the boonies, all of a sudden, oh, there's deer. Oh, there's more deer. Oh, okay. And then I might get to work, and Facebook feed, deer, stags, all over the place. Oh, okay, that's interesting. And then maybe I pop back in the car, and on my way to go pick up my daughter, I hear the radio show, and they're talking about a hunting trip that they're taking, and they, shot some such a buck, and this, that, and the other thing. It's like, oh, more deer. And it just kind of snowballs and snowballs and snowballs until it's like, okay, I have deer coming out of my ears. What is going on? I need to connect. 9 times out of 10, when I see deer, it's usually a message from Carnuno specifically. It's something I need to slow down and focus, and really connect to him. But I think it can happen in any way. I know at one point in my path, I was really struggling with where to go and what to do, and all of a sudden owls were all over the place. And I really researched, and because you can, when you have spirit animals pop into your life, seriously, go to Google and type in spirit animal, owl, and you will have pages upon pages upon pages, all telling you possible symbolism, all telling you possible correspondences. They will go through in depth trying to explain what it might mean. Those are all super helpful. You can also go on to YouTube. I've seen many, many, many videos on different animals and what their symbolism could mean, and when one comes to you, what message they might be bringing. Again, all super, super helpful. I'm sure there are millions of books written. Super, super helpful. But what I am learning more and more is something that my father actually told me about reading embers. And it doesn't necessarily matter what the animal stands for or what it means. What matters is the feeling you get. So for me, it goes to more personal correspondences. It can mean, if you're going through a real shitty time and you're stressed and you're angry and this, that, and the other thing, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a deer. Oh, okay, great. And then the next time you're really stressed and pissy and angry, there's another deer. Well, then maybe the message has to do with that emotion. If it's just nonstop bombardment, maybe it's something more in the general sense. If it is something that, only comes when you're thinking of a certain thing, um, or if it's something like me, where when I see a deer, I just instantly, Carnunos. Like, there's no delay, there's no second thought, it's just instantly there. Um, it's a little different with crows, who I identify very much with hell. If I see a crow, I don't instantly go hell. It there are times I do, but there are other meanings for that as well. So if I see a deer and I don't instantly go to Carnunos, then it means something else, and I've got to do a little due diligence. Meditation really helps. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of deer. What's going on? Because I know it's not Carnunos calling to me. Um, there are many ways you can kind of figure it out. A good place to start is looking at articles. Good place to start is looking at websites and YouTube, getting other people's feedback and ideas. But when all is said and done, I really urge you to look within. Journal. Talk it out loud, even though you look like a crazy person. There's so many ways that you can handle it and go about it. And I just think the more personal the correspondence, the more personal the meeting, the more spot on and the more enlightenment you'll get from it. So yeah, long story short, spirit animals are kind of guides that pop in and out of our lives, to give us a very specific message for a specific period of time, in our lives. They can come back, they can be reoccurring, but for me, they are not a permanent fixture. Moving on to totem animals. Totem animals are animals that are spirit animals. They're basically spirit animals that are in our lives permanently. Some people believe that they can come into our lives at a certain point and then leave when they're no longer needed. Some people believe totem animals, you can have multiple totem animals. For me, so far, I know that I have one totem animal, and that is a big brown wolf. And he is just an insane energy for me. He's very meditative and very calming, but in the same breath, you fuck with me, oh man, he is protective. Carnunos actually revealed him to me in a dream, when I really needed protection, and I was being a little too proud, and I wasn't admitting that I needed help and protection. And yeah, as since then, and I've always known deep down, a totem animal is usually an animal that you feel very pulled to all the time. I know someone who has, I've known people, I guess I should say, who have had dreams, and that has been the revealing of their spirit animal. For me, wolves have always been something I've loved. I've always felt connected. They've always been in my family history. It's been a thing. So if, let's say, you've always loved eagles, you see a picture of an eagle and it just brings you to this warm, happy place. You love watching them fly in the sky. You love seeing uber patriotic images with eagles. Your favorite Muppet is Sam the Eagle. I mean, it just, when we have, layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of connection with a specific animal, I think that is a really good indicator. It's not always the fail-safe, like, for sure, this is it. But I think it gives us a good indication that we are probably aligned with that animal pretty damn well. And it may be a totem animal for us. Totem animals will give us messages and give us insight, but for me, it's more of a connection. It's more of a who we are. It's more of kind of like an astrological sign. Like, it tells us about ourselves. To be a wolf, to have a wolf totem animal, or to be a wolf person, so to speak, it's not so much what is that wolf trying to tell you. It is, what does being a wolf tell you about yourself? And there's the difference. Spirit animals for me will tell me a message. They'll give me a sign. A totem animal helps define who I am and also is there for me to draw upon when I need that strength, to be there when I need that connection, and vice versa. Then power animals. Power animals, that kind of comes into where when we need that extra strength, when we need that healing. Yes, totem animals are there, but I can't, well, I guess I could invoke or evoke um, my wolf. I don't know how I feel about that. But because I feel like the wolf is already part of me. So it's a little different. Yes, I can draw upon my wolf nature when I need a little oomph about something. But when we're working with power animals, we're working with, okay, I need to, I'm trying to think, I will work with Beltane. I would really like to have a bit more allure to myself. I'm not feeling sexy. I am not feeling attractive. I'm not feeling pretty. And it's not so much about me wanting to attract other people because I don't care so much about that. I just want my confidence. There's the key word, confidence. I want to feel good. I want to feel confident. I want to be able to walk into the room and not give a shit what anyone else thinks, but just be like, yeah, that's right. I'm good. So what animal would be good for that? For me, my mind instantly goes to a tiger. Tiger doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks. He or she is stalking up and down that ground, and you can see the muscles working under, and it's so sexy and so, like, just cool to see. And there is a regalness and a majesty to them. There is something that is so beautiful and majestic about a tiger. And so I would look at then working with that tiger energy, working with that tiger connection to bolster that confidence within myself, to try to not emulate that swagger and that boldness, but more to take that energy into myself. That is what a power animal is to me. It's where you're calling upon that animal spirit to come into you and help bolster you and help teach you. So a spirit animal is where it's calling out to you like, hey, moron, you need to learn this. A totem animal is, this is who you are. And a power animal is, I am calling out to you because I want some of that connection. So yes, those are my quick definitions because I don't want to run out of time and have a video that won't load. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. But in a very quick overview, those are my thoughts on spirit animals, totem animals, and power animals. And definitely, because it's almost 11 o'clock tomorrow, I will be posting about, tomorrow I'll be getting a video done for my personal connection to the butterfly as a spirit animal, and especially that connection that it brings me with hell. Blessed be. Bye, guys.